with Aizamk way of playing, or if Aizamk will find a way to just surprise him enough and win.
So, and it seems like we're going for French mirror on Tibet. I didn't expect this kind of tips on this map.
Well, I need to say I picked myself French on Tibet yesterday, and I think it's a decent pick because there are 2 TP lines with 3 TPs each, which means I think 3 TPs is a good size for France. It's not a Civ that likes huge TP lines because they don't have ATP, for example, but they like to take a nice 3 TP stagecoach. And also the yaks, I think it's yaks on this map, yeah. There's a lot of yaks, and the native scout of France is very useful to pick them up. But well, in a mirror anyway, it's just fair, you know. I'm pretty happy that we have a fair matchup.
Yeah, so, and we have here on this side on the map, Aizamk in the color blue, and he's playing French, versus LordRaphael's French in the color red on this side of the map. And we have a coin start on this map. I would like better wood start that both players can directly go for a TP. What do you think?
For a TP?
Yeah, when they would have a wood start.
Ah, yeah, of course, yeah. But right now it's gonna be market. But I was checking a bit the hands. I'm not 100% sure about that.
It's fair. It's super fair.
Yeah, you're right. It looks fair. Okay, yeah, and the gold mines are fine as well, I think. So yeah, let's go. LordRaphael lost a lot of HP, but he is indeed picking 85 wood treasure, which is very nice. You see, Aizamk did a bit better job at microing. He's getting 90 wood, and well, he also lost a lot of HP actually.
Both players, I need to say, LordRaphael lost a little, slightly more HP.
Yeah, a bit more, yeah.
And we see both players are going for the yaks. Each of the players have already 6 yaks.
Yeah.
With the native scout, I think it's pretty nice to pick up some yaks. And LordRaphael is going to pick up this 50 wood treasure, and he's taking his yak with it because he's afraid to lose it.
I would like to say that LordRaphael just stole 2 yaks from Aizamk. It was 6-6, and then it turned in 8-4 for LordRaphael. So these 2 yaks we can see right now are the one that LordRaphael just stole from Aizamk. It's a very good pick for him now. He's really ahead in the yak count, you can see. Also this 50 wood extra, this extra 50 wood treasure is very useful. I mean, it's just easy to rack shot, and it's a lot of resources basically, because wood is of course the slowest resource to gather. So 50 wood is worth maybe 80 food or something, which is a decent amount of resources for only 1 crack shot. On this map, I would like to say on the outer circle, let's say, with the TPs, you have the small treasures. It's like level 1 treasures, like 50 wood, 35 food here, or some small coin treasures, and 1 yak here and there. And the middle ring is actually the most interesting, where you have patches of 2 yaks together.
These yaks, and I need to say, LordRaphael 11 yaks, and he's still.
Aizamk had only 2, and he just ate them. So now
he had at all 6, and he ate them all.
No. LordRaphael still 4 yaks. That's why he had 6. LordRaphael still 4, and yeah, and he ate 2. So now LordRaphael got a nice livestock pen potential there. I mean, he can just spend 200 wood and get a livestock pen, which means a lot of food. And I mean, on this map there's not a ton of hunts, and they're a bit far away from your town center, so this extra food might be actually game changing if LordRaphael does indeed go for a livestock pen. But at the same time, Aizamk did age up faster than LordRaphael. He's aged up 13, I think, and LordRaphael is aging up 14. So he will be aged up 20 or 30 seconds faster, which might be a thing to consider. If LordRaphael was going for a livestock pen as well as aging up late, it might be a bit risky. Oh, so Aizamk stealing actually.
Yeah, and he killed one because he was such in a hurry and afraid that LordRaphael just sees that he steal one, so he killed one poor yak.
I think it was actually LordRaphael who killed it before Aizamk could steal it. I don't see why Aizamk could delete only one.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, wow.
We see some Aizamk strats.
Ich brauche Hilfe.
And you can see he's dropping his native post at a very nice timing there. just in time for the age up, but not too early, because if it was too early, then LordRaphael would be able to see it on the top right corner of the screen. So now LordRaphael maybe sees the native post only now, and he can't really adapt. There's not much he can do now. I mean, of course, he can still go cav, I think. What nut is it? Is it Rattan Shields or?
Yes.
No. Yes. Oh yeah, it is Rattan Shields. Yeah. Those guys are actually pretty good because they're bugged, and Dragoons don't have a multiplayer against them, and they are dirty cheap and pretty good. And there's a very good upgrade of 50% attack in the stuff. I think.
Yes, they cost only 50 food and 60 wood. And there is
Can you
yeah,
show the right one? I think it is 50% attack boost. Yeah, that's just insane.
oh, and three has first.
Okay, so that's some classic Aizamk stuff there. I mean, he's gonna kill a CDB. No, it was the Explorer actually. He's not gonna kill a CDB. He did force the Minuteman and maybe gonna delay the barracks, but LordRaphael is still defending. Without too much trouble there, I would say. The barracks will go up in time, I think. If we could just put 1 or 2 more CDBs on it, it would help.
And we see Aizamk is making more Rattan Shields.
Yeah, LordRaphael went for 4 CDBs first, while Aizamk went for 3 Hus. But he might lose. He's losing 1 CDB, maybe another one if Aizamk picks. He's not really. Aizamk should focus that CDB there stuck between the barracks. He has 1 Hus on it, but he should finish it down.
Oh, but they are coming 2 Rattan Shields. Maybe he's able.
He didn't. He could have killed that CDB there. But well, he did pick 1 CDB and force a Minuteman. But on the other hand, he lost 1 Hus, 8 Rattan Shields, and couldn't ship 4 CDBs. Even now, he's shipping 700 wood. But he doesn't have 4 CDBs. He also took a TP only now. He's taking a TP right now, I think. So it means he has less XP than LordRaphael. So actually he's gonna get his 4 CDBs very late.
And then we see a nice batch of 2 musketeers from LordRaphael.
Yeah, pretty bad batch, but to be fair, it's gonna be enough to defend a little bit, you know, like and with his 3 Hus shipments.
Yeah, he's a little bit afraid, it seems like. That's why he shipped 3 Hus and wants also to...
Oh wow, that's actually huge. If he's not gonna get the racks down, but he's definitely gonna kill 2 CDBs there. But he's also getting a bit raided, but Aizamk I think panicked a bit and he's sieging a barracks with his Rattan Shields. Only 2 Rattan Shields on the 3 Hus, not gonna be enough on top, so he's not gonna take the fight, I think.
And also he brings his Explorer and the 2 musketeers, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good for Aizamk. He's still behind the... Oh, LordRaphael could have actually taken that fight, but yeah, Aizamk is still behind in the economy, and I think he's behind in the military as well.
I just have a fix.
Can you look at the yeah? Oh, 5 more musketeers coming in. Is there gonna be decisive there? I think they're gonna have a lot. Aizamk trying to micro his musketeers to come closer to the houses, but LordRaphael doing a good job in bringing them back in time. Now LordRaphael has a ton of musketeers and enough Hus to snare the musketeers of Aizamk. If he can just send his 2 Hus in, I think he should have sent them in and just finished to clean up these 4 musketeers. But to be honest, he has so many more musketeers, I think he can just clean up the barracks now. Aizamk might have to ship 8 crossbows if he wants to save his barracks.
And also, I would like to point out, we see all the time he's behind in economic because, yeah.
He didn't ship for CDBs yet. So Aizamk was trying to take that fight, but he actually got a pretty bad trade, I think.
Oh,
but
there we
yeah,
have some crossbows and
Minuteman is a bit of an overreaction there. I mean, at this point, Aizamk is clearly behind. He's reacting so much. He is forced to send both his unit shipments already, no 4 CDBs, and to call the Minutemen as well. And the Minutemen are gonna do nothing because LordRaphael is just going back. And well, now LordRaphael can just sit back and relax. He can age up if he wants. He can keep playing Colonial. He can do whatever he wants because it's a mirror and he's ahead in a mirror. He also did eat a ton of yak, so he didn't go for the livestock pen, which is maybe wise because it would have been maybe hard with the livestock pen to defend that rush. but it means that he had a big food income from all these yaks. Like, I don't know how much more food it is, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and also we see now LordRaphael, he shipped 8 crossbows and he's going out to push, but we see on the other side here, Aizamk, he's trying to get some CDBs, I guess. Oh, but this barracks will go down, I think.
Yeah, the barracks is dead, basically. I would like them to make some cav. We still don't have any stable on the field, I think, or does Aizamk have a stable? Yeah, he's dropping a stable, okay. It makes sense. He shipped 700 gold, so now he can get some big batches of cav and musketeers out, if he rebuilds his barracks at least.
Yes, it's no barracks anymore.
Oh, then he can
age.
age.
Also to chop a lot of wood, and he only have the food upgrades.
Well,
LordRaphael have the biggest market upgrades, what he should do.
Wait, can you show again Aizamk upgrade?
He only has steel traps.
Oh, he should have at least gangso upgrade, the wood upgrade, because he makes rattan shields and they cost wood. A lot of wood, I think. So, okay, well, this looks bad for Aizamk. He's now pretty much out of food. He got still 2 berries in his base and 1 animal, but he lost 1 CDB as well there. 2 CDBs died.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose a house probably, or... The thing is that LordRaphael knows that there's nothing else gonna pop from there. He could see 8 crossbows and Minutemen coming, so he knows there's no 3 huts, no Minutemen, no 8 bows gonna pop, so he can just sit under TC and siege whatever he likes. Nothing is gonna pop out of this TC, only CDBs and TC fire, but no units. As I'm trying to kind of do a kind of like, not really a base trade, but like pressuring while he's getting pressured, but I think it's just got less units. Got 1 HP Minuteman in the mix, and they don't really add much. And LordRaphael is aging actually. Didn't see that.
Yeah, but look at the scores. He's so much ahead. 40 score. But he's on berries now. I guess he's a little bit afraid. Oh, but they are hiding 2 CDBs.
I think he wants to play it safe. Like, yeah, I just stay on berries, and when I aged up, and when I get a shipment in, like 8 skirms or 5 coons, for example, I can push out and get my hunts back. But right now it's just safer for him to go on berries, because what if he was going on a hunt and then he gets pushed by Aizamk, who stays H2 and would get maybe a better mass? But I think it's anyway pretty much...
Oh, 700 food for Aizamk.
Pretty much over now. Aizamk is literally behind in every single field. He's behind in economy, he's behind in military, and he's one age behind.
But he's sieging a TP, and maybe then he's 1 TP ahead.
Yeah, maybe. I think if he tries to see that TP, he's gonna lose his units, because LordRaphael with ship units. And it's kind of in a corner of the map, and he can get cornered, right? So, oh, that's a nice peak. LordRaphael is actually, he does need his houses right now. He's kind of housed. But I'm pretty sure there's a 5 coon shipment coming. I would say that's the most interesting shipment. Then, because Aizamk is starting to make huts and run on the map, you see he's gonna probably pick 2 CDBs there, which is exactly how he would be able to come back. So I think LordRaphael should ship dragoons and just deal with these raids.
Yeah, Aizamk just try to keep LordRaphael busy now, but we also see here he's gathering directly super close to Aizamk.
Yeah. But the units of LordRaphael are still like running a bit on the map. This infantry is not doing much and just running back and forth, and that's actually a good thing for Aizamk. He's gonna be able to get the TP down, because LordRaphael was always moving his units and doing nothing with them.
Oh, 1k wood!
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I don't think he needs that. He's already ahead everywhere, so he can just ship units and finish it basically. Don't give more time to Aizamk. Like, what is in the middle of the map now? Oh, nice pick. Oh, Aizamk reacted? But can you show just the middle of the map? Yes, there's only CDBs there. Imagine if Aizamk just brings like all his huss and kills his CDBs. Would be very bad for LordRaphael.
Yeah, this could bring him maybe back in the game.
Yeah, and that's why I would have like 5 coons. 1k wood is in my opinion a bit risky. Or then he could build a tower there maybe with his wood, but... Aizamk able to get away with his infantry on the bottom and maybe killing a CDB. Yeah, he did kill one CDB and lost a musketeer as a result. Some hussars coming here. Gonna find more CDBs, might be able to kill one or two with his huss, but some goons are on the way, just on the right. But not going really on the right side. LordRaphael is a bit panicking right now to the pressure Aizamk is applying. Oh, but that's an overcoming from Aizamk. He tried to kill a CDB and it didn't quite pay off. He's gonna lose all his units as a result.
Yeah, the CDB can run away with 4 HP.
Yeah, and like he just lost everything.
And now it's really like Aizamk is... Oh, Aizamk is aging, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's good for him, but that's definitely not enough right now. He's still behind, way behind. He might be able to win, of course. It's not game over. If it was, he would already have resigned, but he is in a bad spot and he needs to do something. I think he should have seen the CDBs in the middle of the map and raid them. Instead of running always behind Red's base.
Yeah, but this is exactly what LordRaphael with this amount of units now wanted. Is that Aizamk age and now he want to push.
Yeah, but I would like to say that these units are still H2, which is not the greatest thing for LordRaphael there. I mean, 2 Falconet shipment would be enough to deal with this mass of units just because they're not upgraded. Or even just skirmishers, really.
Yeah, so we have 5 skirms.
But
8 skirms from Aizamk.
yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not sure. I guess there's enough guns to clean up. Oh, 3 QS coming for LordRaphael. That might be what he needs skirms. Because right now he's kind of forced to go back. I'm not sure why Aizamk is training Krias. There is a mass of musketeers and dragoons from LordRaphael, so... Oh, Aizamk doing a nice job at microing there. But oh, this Kriya pop is just gonna finish his hussars. That's a nice Kriya switch from LordRaphael, shipping 3 and making 5. He's now so far ahead in the military, it's not even close.
Yeah, so it looks really not so nice for Aizamk at the moment. He's 50 score behind. Oh, this so much. Oh yeah, there's coming the GG from Aizamk.
Yeah.
He was not able to hold this.
Yeah, good game. Was basically expectable. I mean, it's like we had Aizamk doing something standard with his Rattan shields, and we had LordRaphael doing something more standard with normal units and defending. And well, I do believe that what LordRaphael did is just better because this Rattan shield stuff doesn't really work. Even if he did lose a bit early on, he was still ahead just because Aizamk shipped his CDBs. Did he ever ship 4 CDBs?
No.
He never shipped 4 CDBs, which is...
Yeah, we can see it here that LordRaphael was really outgathering Aizamk.
Yeah, and also with the yaks, that's actually where he was catching up. On this part right here is when he was eating his yaks, and you can see how he was idled here, so behind in resources, and then with the yaks he was able to catch up so hard, and then the 4 CDB is also working all game long. And what is military units?
Yeah, this is military units.
Because military population don't work because the Rattan shields are nats and they don't take population. That's why I wanted the military unit count. Yeah, you can see Aizamk was just ahead because he shipped units early on, but then very fast LordRaphael was catching up.
Yeah. Well, GG out.
Yeah.
Game 1 goes to LordRaphael.
Yeah, well played.
So I'm waiting that LordRaphael is going to join Aizamk.
Yeah. Do we know the second map already?
I don't know from heart, but I think it's Florida. So, and we move on in game 2 of this best of 5.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I need to say it's a bit frustrating that at this point of the tournament we already have two favorites facing each other in a best of 5 only. I would like to have a best of 7 for these players, you know, but it is best of 5, so it's not such a long series, and well, losing one game in a best of 5 is more significant, of course, than in a best of 7. I also do believe that Aizamk knows more civilizations than LordRaphael, so he likes when the series is a bit longer because he can use all his good civilizations, while LordRaphael might at some point run out of good picks. Yeah, so I would say this format actually favors LordRaphael. Also, the maps are fairly standard, I think. Yeah. There's no Indonesia, no the little one Malo, so there's no surprising maps, and this is, I think.
Well, there's Alaska, I need to say. It's a new map.
Yeah, it's no TP and a bit low resources, but it's still not. Yeah, it's not very standard, but it's not a super surprising map.
So let's see what is LordRaphael going to pick.
Yeah, so he needs to pick first, and then Aizamk can counter pick.
Yeah. He just say. And we see Brits.
Well, let's wait to see if he's locked or not. But when he actually says it's locked in Brits, of course he can't change anymore. Right now he can still change his mind. Brits on Florida are definitely a good pick. You do have some water that you can go water easily on EP. And there's a lot of hunts. So I guess it's a fine pick, but
we will see Brit Mirror.
Yeah, I don't know if LordRaphael is actually locked in, so I don't know why Aizamk is already picking his civilization. Yeah, just ask if LordRaphael is yeah, because maybe, you know, it's always the same. Aizamk picks first. I mean, he picks before, yeah, before LordRaphael is locked, and now he shows his plan. Maybe LordRaphael is like, I don't want to play Brit Mirror against Aizamk, I was not locked, and then he can still change. So that's actually Aizamk's problem right now, that he decided to pick his civ before LordRaphael was locked. Okay, well, looks like LordRaphael is fine with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically LordRaphael was able to agree in the, they just agreed in a matchup in the end. It was not really a lock there, because LordRaphael had time to see the Brit Mirror and he just said, yeah, okay, I lock.
Well, there we go for Brit Mirror in this game too.
LordRaphael knew it would be coming. Let's hope we don't have only mirrors in this series.
So, I hope so that it's not only a mirror. Let's go to the game 2 in this round of 16 game with these nice players. I'm really happy to cast this. And the map is Florida with 40 pieces and a bit of water, so maybe we see some cheesy Aizamk struts, and he's playing here on top of the map in the color blue, Brits versus LordRaphael here in the color red, and he's also playing Brits. Wow, this is really unexpected.
So on Florida we do have a market start always, which is actually interesting when you have a gold start. It means you can get your hand dogs very fast, and then you can decide to buy some wood in your market, or you can decide to not buy. So we will see what they do. This map also has a lot of coin treasures. And these coin treasures actually help you a lot to buy wood in your market. So LordRaphael is right now working on a treasure.
Yeah, he's working on a 60 food treasure.
Well, that's not the greatest treasure you can get for 2 crocodiles.
Aizamk is going for a TP.
Oh, a TP, yeah. He's mining some gold, so he's buying wood. Okay, so basically he just mined 25 gold and used it to buy 100 wood. And then he just needs to chop 35 wood and he will get his mana up, as well as a TP. LordRaphael, on the other hand, maybe got hunt dogs, I'm not sure. Yeah, he did. And he also got a mana up.
Aizamk is chopping wood. He have 1 wood too much and 2 coin too much.
What a bad macro.
Super bad. Let's go in the fog of war.
Wait, I want to check because
this treasure.
I'm actually not sure how LordRaphael got 57 gold banked. It's a bit weird. I guess he just started mining gold and then decided it was a bad idea and he stopped. He should have only 50. But yeah, so he crackshot one of these guys.
Yeah, did he take it now? It's a tomahawk.
Can you show the HP of Aizamk's explorer? Yeah, so he crackshot one, I think. And because usually there's 2 guardians on this treasure, so I think he crackshot one with the explorer and then took the TP and then finished it and got basically a free warrior. It can help a lot on this kind of map with the livestock to pick some extra livestock there. But I need to say, because Aizamk went for a TP, he was not able to take as many treasures as LordRaphael, who got already 100 XP.
And I would like to say
a food treasure as well.
I really like LordRaphael that he's going with this sheep to scout a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very nice trick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see LordRaphael is already having kind of the same XP as Aizamk because of this nice 100 XP treasure. It's a very nice one, in my opinion. So even if he didn't take a TP, he is not gonna be that far behind in the XP count.
No, I don't think so. And we see that both players are picking up some sheep around the map here. And
LordRaphael aging already, a little bit earlier than Aizamk because he did get, he didn't go for a TP. But they both aging a little bit late, to be perfectly honest. They should have both been aging maybe 5 or 10 seconds earlier than that.
He has some Ametis in his deck. Do you like some mercs?
I don't like Ametis in H4 because it's not something you're gonna ship. I mean, can you show his deck again? He doesn't have max cards in H2 and 3, he's missing 1. And I think that's just bad.
In a Brit mirror, I think you should have this other Musketeer HP card.
Yeah, I mean...
Which in a company is coming in for Aizamk.
Yeah, it's gonna be some Aizamk stuff. Not very surprising there, but I mean... The lack of Musketeer upgrade in H2, in my opinion, is not good. I mean, even if you don't want to play standard, I think you should have this kind of upgrade in your deck.
But it seems like that Aizamk is going for a rush. He's putting his mana there so close to LordRaphael's base.
Yeah, looks like. I'm not sure if he can actually rush LordRaphael. He's edging up a bit later. He doesn't have hunt dogs and he took a TP instead and he sent Virginia Company. Which is kind of a long-term investment, and I don't know if it's actually wise to rush when you ship that card.
Well, I need to say he has the wood upgrade in the market, and now he's also picking 80 wood treasure. Maybe then he's ahead a bit in eco, and the boss dropping at the same time the racks, so that goes up at the same time.
Yeah.
But Aizamk H-Shop with 700 food, maybe he's going
500 food, yeah.
I'm sorry, 500 food, and he will mass a lot of musketeers, I guess.
Well, he might actually go longbows if he H-ed up with this. I am not quite sure. Can we see the units in queue? I think it's musketeer. I think I saw the gold dropping. Oh, LordRaphael is actually going longbows. Wow, that's not standard at all.
But to be honest, look at this positioning of the mana, the tower, and also the racks. It's pretty nice for longbows.
Yeah, this is true, but well, to be honest, what is gonna matter the most is that LordRaphael has a tower and Aizamk doesn't, which means that it's gonna be pretty hard for Aizamk to push in this front base because of that tower.
I am sorry.
He needs to shoot.
I may not
He
steer.
missed a volley there. He could have killed Musketeer, I think. Instead, he's just not even killing the explorer. Already going double racks. Probably gonna just do 700 and 600 wood and spam longbows from double racks.
This is a nice thing. I would really like to say. He's making a stable in base. That LordRaphael don't see it and don't scout it and keep making longbows. He make still longbows, and Aizamk also switched to longbows. So when Aizamk now have 5 Hus, it will be so good.
Yeah. We will see. Maybe LordRaphael will chip the musketeers left. I would really like that. It would be a nice timing push, spending your wood on longbows and then after that shipping 6 musketeers in that tower and just sieging the racks down would be very nice for him to defend those hussars. We will see. As I'm going on top, probably to raid somewhere.
We have some Hus in queue
maybe.
and LordRaphael switched to Musk now.
You know what? I think Aizamk is actually trying to flank. I think he wants to flank, or maybe he's going to raid. I don't know. He could just bring his Hus on one side and his infantry in the back to snipe the musketeers. I'm not sure. The Rax is gonna go down, definitely. Nothing is gonna save it at this point. The Hus are actually raiding on the right side and the infantry on the left side. So he's trying to just give up the front base and raid instead. But LordRaphael is already going to push Aizamk's base. He's going to push Aizamk's base right now.
Oh wow. What is LordRaphael going to do? I mean, Aizamk, he's behind in military population and also
his villas are so exposed there. Oh, Minutemen coming. Oh, and 3 hussars. He might actually just clean up there. I mean,
yeah.
The problem is that LordRaphael didn't scout it all this table. I mean, so many hussars there. His infantry is just gonna completely die there. He might kill 1 or 2 hussars, and he did force the Minutemen out. But he's going to lose every single longbow there. He might kill 1 villager.
Try to kill a villager. Yeah, he killed 1 villager, but it's not the best trade for LordRaphael.
It's a very bad trade, and maybe he lost. Can we check units loss? I don't know if he lost some villagers as well. No, he didn't. Okay, yes, that's good for him at least. Well, I think LordRaphael is still kind of okay just because he got the 3 barracks down and he did kill 1 villager, but yeah, I mean, in the end, it was still a good trade for Aizamk.
Yeah, and Aizamk is also ahead in economy.
Oh, a little bit, yeah, that's true. He got a bit more manos.
Yep. Oh, oh!
Oh wow, that's actually very close. Like LordRaphael could have seen that and just killed the village and siege the dog down.
Yeah, but he's busy here because he's using a villager. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice 6 musketeer timing there.
Oh wow.
And the other musketeer is coming into flank.
Yeah, also some musketeers, so...
He might just completely trap this army, or maybe not. I think the problem is that Aizamk building his dog got a huge line of sight because dogs have a ton of line of sight, and he saw these musketeers there, so he knew he should not go there with his hussars, so he decided to just go here instead, the only safe spot. That was really well played by Aizamk to just get away. A lot of players would actually run into more musketeers and lose more hussars, maybe even every single hussar. But he needs to be careful there, he's getting caught. Oh wow, yeah, that's painful. He's gonna lose 1 huss, 2 huss, and the others are low HP. They can't even raid so well because the villagers would probably punch them to death.
So, and Aizamk is going for some water booming now. But we see also here raid and the musketeers are coming to defend it, but 1 villager is going down.
Yeah, 1 villager is dead, but the 2 hussars are essentially dead now. So, well, that's not a super bad trade for LordRaphael. But that's actually big. That's a big raid coming in.
Yeah, these villagers try to run away, but it seems like these musketeers are coming and catching it. I think it's a sound problem.
What? There's a sound problem?
Okay, so let's see if Aizamk lose more villagers. Oh, but he's trying to push here, this front base, and he tried to... this split of the villagers, oh god, insane. But, these villagers he will lose. Oh, and a really big raid we have here on the side.
Yeah, Aizamk is now so far ahead in eco. It's actually looking pretty bad for LordRaphael. And like you mentioned, there's this dog still making a few fishing boats. There are not so many for now, but one more will maybe die if Aizamk. Okay, he didn't pay attention, but
he lost 9 villagers. That's a lot. And a second barracks going up for Aizamk.
And there's a raid on top again. There's a raid on top.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But here also,
Mm-hmm.
so many villagers are going to die in this game. I was feeling this.
Yeah, that's actually big raids. Usually you don't see so much cav in Brit's Mirror, so you see some musketeer raids, but with Aizamk making some cav, it's even bigger raids coming in. It looks like a very good game for Aizamk so far. I think it's just waiting to max his manas. Oh wow, that could be GG. That could be really GG. Yeah, LordRaphael is snaring the villagers with the Explorer smartly. I'm not sure how many he's going to be able to kill. There's a lot of musketeers coming in from Aizamk, and boss players have the same attack upgrade there. I don't think LordRaphael can actually take that fight.
Yeah, and also Aizamk is shooting the villagers at the same time. Oh wow,
Yeah.
colonial militia, and we see a big batch of Minutemen popping from Aizamk.
Oh, and he did put some musketeers in mini mode to snare LordRaphael's musketeers, so... Well, this is not the worst raid for LordRaphael, but he's gonna get cleaned up if he doesn't try to go back, and there's still like some hussars, yeah, running in his base, so... there's some hussars, there was some hussars there, like, still annoying him, so... Yeah, I guess it was over.
Yeah, and this game 2 goes to Aizamk in this round of 16. Wow.
LordRaphael just lost too many villagers. I think he needed to make something happen when he doesn't go as greedy as Aizamk, and he does have a front base. He should have probably been able to pressure a bit more and not let Aizamk run on the map with his units. And yeah.
Actually, he make only 2 fishing boats, I want to point out.
Yeah, this was a really bad dock actually.
But we can see here that Aizamk was most of the time ahead with villagers.
Yeah, because of Vietnam Company. He should actually probably max manos before he switched to a dock, because 88 wood for a villager is better than 70 wood for a fishing boat, especially when you need to pay 200 wood for a dock before. So I think he should have just max manos and then maybe switch to a dock and fishing boats.
But this mass, what the boss players had, was really all the time growing up, and no one lost one time on his full army.
Well, LordRaphael lost his full army at start, and that's why he was behind then. If he actually didn't lose his units, he would have probably been fine.
Yeah, well, GG out.
Yeah, GG out.
So, do you know what is the next map?
I don't know, but it's on your overlay. If you want, you can switch it fast, and
What?
you say no to the invite.
I don't want to get invited, I want to join by myself. So, let's see, it's up to Aizamk now to pick first.
Yeah, that's pretty good for LordRaphael. Brit Mirror is a pretty good matchup for Aizamk, I need to say. It's a matchup he knows pretty well, so this was probably good for him, but now he needs to pick first, and he will have to play into LordRaphael's hands. LordRaphael will be able to pick whatever he likes to counter Aizamk, but still not sure what the next map is.
Yeah, so we need the recorded game and also the right map. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Cascade Range.
Ja.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cascade Range.
Cascade Range. Well, Aizamk can just probably pick India and be fine there. Or Aztecs. You can't really counter these thieves on this map, I think. Or Russia, okay, yeah. I feel like LordRaphael will go India and be fine against Russia. Well, then again, Aizamk will probably just make some nutkas or something weird, and you never know what happens. But traditionally, I would say you would pick India against Russia on this map and win easily.
It seems like that Aizamk don't have the right map, and it seems like LordRaphael is going for Aztec.
For Aztecs? Okay. Yeah, that's a correct map. Apparently LordRaphael going for Aztecs. Well, this also works, I guess, against Russia. Especially, I would say in this matchup, if I was Russia, I would defend in my base and go for a TP. But unfortunately, on Cascade Range, you can't take a TP as Russia, and that's kind of painful for Russia, in my opinion. Aztecs, on the other hand, have their Warrior Priest, which is basically one TP, so they don't really need to take a TP. So that's pretty good for Aztecs.
Yeah, it seems like that we see Russia with Aztecs.
Bist du bereit?
I'm ready. There you go. So, and this is the game 3 of the round of 16 ESOC Autumn Championship 2017.
Yeah, so we will see what Aizamk finds to do against Aztecs. I need to say Aztecs is a civ that don't have anything to hit and run nutkas. The maces can't really hit and run because of their shooting animation. So I would actually expect Aizamk to go nutkas there, knowing him. It's not like India. India, for example, can make skirms and dragoons and hit and run the nutkas very easily. But Aztecs might have actually a little bit of a trouble against this guy. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him going like Nutka, Strilet, Cossack or something like that.
Yeah, and we see there's a coin start, and we have here Aizamk in the color blue. He's playing Russia with his LordRaphael in the color red, and he's Aztec on this, well, not so many resources map and no TP map and a little bit of water, but no whales.
Yeah, you can go one dog boom, I guess, on this and make a few fishing boats, but it's not very good. And both of these are fairly aggressive, so usually you wouldn't see one of them starting to go for a dog. It's also that these spawns are really in the middle of the map. I mean, they're on the sides, but they're not really close to the town center, so if you drop a dog somewhere there, it's pretty easily for the other guy to just siege it down.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's not so good to go water here on this map. That's all.
Maybe in a couple of specific matchups you could, but here I really don't see them going water, yeah. So about this map, you have only level 1 treasures, 50 food, 40 wood, or some beavers, or whatever. Is this beavers in German?
Yes.
I think so. Like, I think it's 10, 20 or 30 coin. and you have 40 wood and 50 food, and that's it. So basically with one crack shot you can take everything you want on that map without losing any HP. So usually you don't see big Age 1 wars or big treasure contentions on this map because there's not much going on. You just see who has the better scouting will find the more treasures.
Yeah, exactly. And we see that both players let some crates on the floor, which is pretty smart because then you are able to slightly age up faster. So, and here we see LordRaphael, he's picking up 50 food treasure and have also now a big cougar who can also scout a little bit around the map. But I would like these players here, they didn't scout at the moment. Oh, and now Euroshic it's getting
he's getting snared,
yeah.
And he is not able to win this fight because oh wow, but he did a good job at getting away. Hitting at the right timing with your explorer in mini mode might let you get away from the other explorer, and he did, so that's very nice for him. One thing I wanted to say also about this map, these small treasures are actually not that great for Aztecs because they like to convert powerful treasure guardians like renegados, for example, or pirates. And on this map you can only get the small cougars or the brown bears or grizzly, I don't know how it's actually called there. I don't know if it's actually some... There is no 40 wood treasure on that spawn? Or maybe in the bottom of the map there?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, it's surprising, but... Yes, so that's not very good for Aztecs. They can't really abuse their converting ability to win the Age 1 war.
And also, Aizamk told LordRaphael directly his strat that he wanted to go for the not gas.
Maybe, or maybe he's bluffing, we will see. LordRaphael actually stole that 50 food, and he keeps chasing LordRaphael. So, keeps chasing Aizamk, sorry. Can you check Aizamk's deck? Okay, well, I do like the spice trade because if the map runs out of hunts, you can still go on berries, and spice trade gives you 15% gathering there. That's pretty good. But
did you see the cougar died? I wanted just to say.
But the deck is fairly standard. It's actually very standard for an Aizamk deck. We do have the classic Suvorov thing that turns your threats into musketeers, which is very standard for Aizamk, but not very standard for anyone else. And
let's have a look at LordRaphael's deck.
Yeah, indeed. And that's also pretty standard.
This is standard, yes.
Yeah. It doesn't have a ton of unit shipments in H3. I mean, he has a lot of upgrades and a lot of mercenaries. These guys are basically upgrades. But there's only 10 coyotes and 6 eagle wires there, so it's a bit of a late game deck. He's ready to go late game against Aizamk, I think, because he knows this kind of thing can happen against Aizamk.
And I don't know if he did it on purpose, but Aizamk is seeing with his stat explorer that there's a warhead going up, but he wanted to took the not gas, but no, he can't anymore because his explorer is dead.
Well, it's what it says, and again, we will never know if he actually wanted to go Nutgas or not.
Yeah, you never know what Aizamk wanted to do, so...
Yeah.
And we see a first batch of pumas.
So it's actually a kind of side base for LordRaphael, but are you sure that Aizamk actually scouted it? Well, this dead explorer is not in range of the warhead, it can't see the warhead, definitely not. That's actually huge that LordRaphael is gonna lose his explorer there. In my opinion, he should have tried to pull his explorer with his spikes. No, he lets his explorer die. You can see he was going back to die under the blockhouse just to get line of sight of everything popping there, you know? But it's still sad for him that he lost his explorer.
But Aizamk don't ship the wood trigger, I want to say.
Oh wow.
He just shipped 5 Cossacks and he have 1 shipment on the way now.
You know, this could be 13 streetlets, indeed, is what I was gonna say. This is pretty much GG now. I mean, I'm sorry I call it so fast, but he's gonna lose everything just because Aizamk didn't ship anything in H1. So he's gonna get cleaned up, all his maces and a couple of packs dying as well. So that's very unfortunate for LordRaphael.
To be honest, it's a really good anti-Aztec strat what he's showing right now, in my opinion, because he just skipped the first shipment to ship really fast his 5 Cossacks and 13 Strelets. Of course, your eco is then not so good, but the wood trickle is not so huge, I guess.
But where are the musketeers?
Oh,
He forgot them. Yeah,
and 4 Cossacks.
That's so all in. LordRaphael just popping some coyotes, I'm not sure why, because they're not gonna do anything there. With the musketeers in the back, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, he's just wasting units. He's straight up wasting units in this fight.
9
maces in base, that's a good decision. At least he doesn't waste them. If only he pop his coyotes and keep his spikes in the back, he would actually now have a decent mass. If he just saves his... Yeah, he just needed to save, really, his spikes and his coyotes, that's all.
Yeah, but... Oh, these villagers.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
If he didn't waste his spikes, he would have them now, and he would be able to save...
Oh my god, this split is insane.
He would be able to save his villagers with the pikes, but he wasted them, and he wasted his coyotes. Now he's losing 3 villagers and more coyotes. So this is very, very good for Aizamk, also destroying the front base, getting map control, and... Yeah, 700 wood now, gonna chill a bit and just get this market upgrades in probably, because I don't think he even has a market. I don't think Aizamk got a market at all. So he can get market upgrades, maybe a stable up, or another blockhouse, or some houses, or some streetlets. This 700 wood is just gonna be very comfortable for Aizamk.
The problem is also for LordRaphael now, he has no food in base, because he didn't hunt on this low food map. He just has some berries here, and how he's getting, he has only 2 dead animals under his TC.
And he would like to pop the big button there, the Jaguars, to defend these Cossacks, but... Oh wow, 6 spikes is actually a very good timing for the spikes. It's so sad for him that he wasted his units. For real, if he had the extra pikes and the extra coyotes here, he would be able to clean up. He would just send the coyotes and the musketeers to snare them and would kill them with the maces, and the pikes would scare the Cossacks away, and he would just win the fight. But now he's in a very bad spot. It's not game over because he is still having a similar military count, a similar economy, so he's still kind of okay. He can still ship 5 villages.
But you don't want to be behind in the score when you play versus Russia. Definitely not.
Yeah, but Aztec also has a fairly low score, to be fair.
Oh. So what do you think? I think, oh, there's some coyotes popping from LordRaphael. This is pretty nice, I guess, on this point, to snare a bit, but depends. Well, we have more Strelets. If Aizamk goes full Strelets now, then you have a problem.
Well, this Brookhouse is actually very forward.
Wow.
And taking a lot of map control.
It's pretty nice.
It's basically one of the chokes. One of the chokes there is just controlled by Aizamk now. He's controlling this part of the map now.
Oh, and more villagers are going to die.
1 vill, yeah, I think. What is the food situation for LordRaphael now? Does he have in the bottom of his town center some food? He has like 1 animal and another one.
It seems like buggy.
I think it's fine, but it's just not much food left for him, and he needs to get some map control. Can we check again LordRaphael's deck? I want to see if he got the 5 coyotes. No, he doesn't. So he can't even ship 5 coyotes to try to push now. He needs to ship something else, and he's shipping 600 wood, and he's getting pushed by Aizamk now. It's gonna be very, very tough for LordRaphael to do anything.
Yeah, Aizamk has so much stuff, and now he's gathering here out of his base, what is really risky.
Yeah, can work out if Aizamk doesn't see it, but it might be very risky, yeah. Can we have the all unit stuff? I want to see if Aizamk got a stable up. I would like him to add a stable actually. Oh, he got a dock instead, on top of the map.
Okay.
Well, and 1 idle fishing boat. Yeah, that's, I would have like better stable and some Cossacks, to be honest. Because now LordRaphael is starting to make more coyotes and just raid. He's raiding a lot. And Aizamk can't really make any calf to defend his raids. He doesn't have any Cossack on the field, or he got 1 Cossack actually.
Yeah, but he's adding a stable now.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good for him.
Oh.
Gonna lose one villager though, and deny your hands. Not the biggest deal.
No, I don't think so. But we see on the other hand, he is going also some coyotes, and now he's scouting this dog.
Yeah, that's very nice for him that he scouts the dog. And well, Aizamk is just going back with all his army, which is exactly what LordRaphael wants now. He wants to buy time, but I think very soon we will have a Boyar's shipment also from Aizamk, because I don't see what else he can ship now.
Oh, did you see this move from Aizamk? He just showed 2 Cossacks and put 3 in the back, that he didn't see that he has so many, and oh wow, this micro. This is pretty nice.
Pulling his Gav is a very nice streak.
So he lost to 5 coyotes, only 1 Cossack.
I don't think he lost any of them actually.
No, you're right, he didn't lost any. This looks really not good for LordRaphael. He's 27 score behind.
Yeah, LordRaphael could have maybe come back in the game, but not by wasting his coyotes, definitely not. He might still be able to cheese and go full coyotes and just Z-move them with the upgrade, but I don't think it's gonna really work. Also, he still didn't ship the 5 years. It's already 12 minutes and he didn't ship those 5 years. And yes, that's just oh wow, more villagers dying.
Oh wow. Oh wow. He lost actually 7 villagers. This is so much.
And all his eco is on the right of the map now. Like most of his villagers, like 18 villagers and food there.
To be honest, Ace could just go in and take a move, put his musketeers in middle mode and just kill the coyotes, I guess.
Yeah, he's maybe afraid to overcome it. I don't think he actually needs to push because he got a dog and he's getting more eco. He got Boyars in, which is a very good upgrade. He can probably just sit back and make more Cossacks. But he could push, yeah, you're right. But I think it's a bit risky to push. It's just safer to not push. Because he doesn't really know how many units LordRaphael got, right? He could have 2 times more coyotes, he doesn't know. So I think he's just running around, you know, like checking, yeah, there's novials here, novials there, like...
Yeah, because LordRaphael have basically no map control, and there we see the big button.
Yeah, well actually LordRaphael getting a decent mass. If the coyote upgrade card could come in next, he might be able to take a fight. If you could get more coyotes out and ship the card. But there's more Cossacks on the way for Aizamk there on top, so...
yeah, look at this mass of Cossacks and they have Boyars.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for Aztec now. I'm trying to find a way for LordRaphael to come back, but yeah, it's not very easy to find. Also, he's trying to dance because he doesn't have so many resources. So one way of using your villagers is to dance on the fire pit instead of gathering resources that you don't have. But it's a bit slow.
Yeah, it's really a bit slow for LordRaphael to get this fire pit out.
He does have 8 or 9 of them already, but yeah, he needs to deal with his army. He's raiding so much, he's trying to run around. He's like, okay, Aizamk likes to run around the map, so I'm just gonna do the same.
Yeah, but to be fair, look, these Cossacks, they could really, I think, clean up.
Yeah, but there's a few pikes in Jaguars, so it's not so clear. I'm not sure who would win that fight. Probably the pikes are just so strong. Oh, but with the Minutemen in the back, yeah, Aizamk might just take that fight with the Minutemen coming and pull back his army as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think he's gonna try to take it. Just snap the pikes with the Minutemen because they have a multiplier against them, and then just clean up. I mean, this is probably gonna be GG right there. There's 1 pike left. What is he gonna do against the mass of Cossacks? And only coyotes and coyotes are really not so good against Boyars. They do have the coyote upgrading, which is I think 20% HP and a bit of speed also. But I mean, right now it's just a cleanup. And he even decided to send his army back into LordRaphael's base. Okay, yeah, that's GG. Well, to be fair, it's pretty much impossible to actually scout that Aizamk didn't send the wood trickle and decided to keep it for more units. But yeah, I mean, LordRaphael was just maybe not so careful. He decided to go in with not so many units. It was a bit risky.
Yeah, wow, what a game. So here we see that Aizamk have a lot of units, much more than LordRaphael. And also here, he lost so many villagers and he didn't ship 5 builds.
Yeah, at this point it was probably too late to ship the wheels. I was thinking, you know, he doesn't have map control, so it's kind of useless to get more wheels that these wheels could anyway not gather anything interesting. But yeah, he should have probably shipped them a bit earlier, or I don't know, like it was just a build order win for Aizamk. He just went all in and he got just more stuff than LordRaphael. And can we see the military graph? Because we can see that he wasted the first time his army under the blockhouse of Aizamk here because, well, he got surprised by the 13 threats pop, which is understandable. But then I feel like he shouldn't have fight at all. He should have just gone back directly and go to his base and build another warhead there and be ready to defend, and then he might have been fine, I think. Because if you check at the resources, I'm pretty sure that Aztec was actually pretty close to Russia.
Yeah.
The resources. Yeah, oh, well, actually he was a bit behind at some point, but at start he was fine. So he could have probably just stayed in base and be fine.
Well, GG out. So, let's go to game
3.
Yes.
4.
4.
It's 2-1 for Aizamk already. So Aizamk actually leading now, and I think it's also up to LordRaphael to pick first, but at least one good thing for LordRaphael now is that there is a Civ reset and he can play whatever Civ he likes now.
Yes.
But he will get counterpiece, which is tough.
So I'm going to check what is the next map for the players.
Ja.
So the next map is Alaska.
Oh, that's not the best map for LordRaphael. I would say LordRaphael's main civilization is France, and he can also play some Russia, which is for sure a civ that you can pick on Alaska, and apparently he's going Russia. But again, Aizamk could also just go Aztec himself, or India.
So, and it seems like LordRaphael wants to go Russia now.
Ja.
Yeah. Otto. Okay.
On Alaska, there's no TPs.
Well, the mosque is better, so I guess it's a bit better for Otto on no TP map, but I still would never go on no TP map with Otto, yeah. I don't think it's an interesting pick, but I guess Aizamk got something in the back of his brain. I need to say on this map you also do have the Nutkas, like on Cascade range. So maybe we will see Aizamk just going for Nutkas there. He didn't do it on Cascade range, so maybe he will just do it here, you know?
Yeah.
Just make Nutkas and just burn the stuff down with auto because you age up so fast. Imagine Russia trying to go for a middle blockhouse and Aizamk just making some Nutkas and burning the blockhouse down.
So we have here on this side of the map LordRaphael in the color red and he's playing Russia versus Aizamk in the color blue and he's playing Otto, and last game goes to Aizamk, I guess. We have a non-TP map with some water. Do you know what I was thinking? Maybe Aizamk will do some water play on this map.
Well, I was thinking with 400 wood start, what can you do as Otto? I mean, one mosque, one house, that's only 200 wood. Maybe he would keep the other 200 wood for a native post. Maybe he would use it for a dock.
We have Nutkas.
Yeah, it's what I said, yeah. There was also Nutkas on this map. There's decent treasures on this map. This is an 80 wood. There's a native scout. There's maybe something else. 120 XP, pretty
That's
nice.
it. There's no other treasure. What is really insane, I would say, it's 80.
Well, the Nutka treasure on the right is actually game changing. On the right of the map, on the right bottom of the map, the Nutka here is. If you get this, you can deny a front base, and a front base in Otto against Russia matchup might be something that you see. I mean, I would be surprised to see none of these players going for a front base. So if the other guy can get a Nutka and kill the front base, it's actually a big deal. Because you can definitely kill a villager with this Nutka, or even siege down a blockhouse.
Aizamk seems like to going for this 80 wood treasure, and LordRaphael want to pick up 120 XP. So we have a market from Otto. What do you think about this? I mean, he don't have any upgrades right now, and now he starts chopping some, he gets some coin.
He actually got a ton of coin, I'm not sure what he's doing. What? I mean, what did he do with his wood? Can we have the text completed?
There's nothing. Nothing.
What did Aizamk do with his wood? I mean, he just made a mosque, a market. Don't tell me he sold his wood to buy food, please. I'm pretty sure he did that. He was mining coin, I think, just to buy 100 more food. I am pretty sure that's what he did, and now he's just chopping the remaining wood to get a house up. I am pretty sure Aizamk just has been buying food. Or maybe I'm wrong, but then what did he do with his wood? I'm confused. I mean, he got 400 wood, and I can see only a mosque and a market, which is only 200. And then he made a house later with his 80 wood. So yeah, I think he lost a villager because he got his house too late, so one villager could not pop, so he basically deleted a villager. I think this is a very bad start for Aizamk. It makes no sense to me.
I really don't know what he did, to be honest.
And I was checking text completed because he could have gotten the mosque upgrade at least.
Yeah, but he have built a market, make no market upgrades instead of making the mosque upgrade for 50 wood, right? Is it on AP?
Yeah.
And
so he probably just decided to make a market to buy some food, but I mean, he's not even aging up so early. I mean, he's gonna age up at a kind of standard auto age up time, maybe a little bit faster, but I don't think what he did, if he indeed decided to buy food, I don't think it paid off at all. You can age up at 3 minutes 40 or 45 with auto, with just 100 food start, and he's not gonna age up much faster than that. And he wasted a ton of resources, so I'm really not sure what's going on there.
LordRaphael wants to make sure to definitely scout the shore. And we see forward blockers with 3 villagers. It's pretty aggressive, but it's not so much forward. You could put it maybe like here. What are these 2 villagers are doing?
Well, probably a front base.
We see a barracks going up for Aizamk and a blockhouse for LordRaphael. And this is a pretty no space.
Oh, there is a Nutka coming in from LordRaphael, but instead of sieging or killing an auto villager or something, he's just gonna go for the explorer, which in my opinion is a mistake.
Yeah, especially on this map because you have no TPs.
Yeah, I feel like he could have just put his own explorer in melee mode to kill Aizamk's explorer and use his own Nutka to try to kill one of Aizamk's villagers.
3 Hus first from Aizamk. I'm pretty sure he was annoyed from this. I was thinking he'd kill it, but no. He just here we see LordRaphael decide to annoy Aizamk a little bit. And now these villagers saves them. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't just go for barracks against Russia. They will get musketeers and streelets and they will completely destroy your jams. So you need to have more than just infantry. You can ship 3 Hus, I guess. That's shipping 3 Hus or making a stable artillery foundry, but you can't just make jams. But yeah, I mean, we will see what happens now. Is LordRaphael shipping 13 streelets? He got a lot of population already, 35, so he might, yeah, there we go. So that's actually a very good fight for LordRaphael there. The blockhouse fire on the Hus, the musketeers on the Hus as well, and the streets and the jams, there's just nothing Aizamk can do.
No, there's really nothing. And between the backs, there's also going the next blockhouse up for LordRaphael. He was afraid to lose this because it's low HP.
Yeah, and also, when you don't have a TP map, you anyway don't really have a way to spend your 400 wood as Russia. If you don't make streelets, you can make a stable with it instead of a TP, or you can make a blockhouse. So I think he just decided to make a blockhouse. He's also chopping a bit of wood. So yeah, and 5 jams coming in for Aizamk, but are they really gonna do anything? Is there a stable up? There is still no stable, I think. No. He's gonna kill 1 build though. Oh, 5 Cossacks popping on top.
Oh, wow.
Gonna catch a Hussar, so that's actually not the worst trade for LordRaphael. Losing 1 villager for 1 Hussar is decent. Can we see what's going on there? Yeah. That's a lot of jams.
A lot.
Can we check the all units? I would like to see if LordRaphael has only, I mean Aizamk has only 1 Rex, no stable, no other barracks, no artillery foundry, nothing. I guess that's kind of fine as auto because you anyway don't have so much eco, but I mean he kind of needs to mix some units now. I don't see the Jans doing much against streelets, especially now that Jans are nerfed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is Aizamk gonna do now. He wants to go in the raid, but the problem is that this Cossack maybe die when they come under TC, and you have here also 5 Jans going to defend this. When Otto lost some vids, it's definitely not so good, but it seems like you don't lose any kind of villager. And LordRaphael is really making sure to scout the shore that it doesn't drop any kind of building next to the shore.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to find some villagers to shoot them.
Well, it looks like LordRaphael's game there. We need to see what happens next. We never know what can happen with Aizamk, especially, but at this point, it looks pretty bad for Aizamk. His early aggression didn't really work out. I would like to say that Russia can actually ship units and still be fine, but auto shipping units without a trading post is going to be very slow. That's why he's adding a dog. He wants to get a way to get some more eco, or LordRaphael actually not going to do much with his 2 Cossacks because the Jams are going to come in town.
Yeah, but he's going to lose his barracks, and Aizamk needs to drop something. He's dropping a stable, but LordRaphael is going to idle the stable and now he's losing some villagers. Aizamk. So what is he going to do? He don't have a military building, and his Jans are so far, and so many streelets.
To be honest, Minutemen there with the Jans might work.
And he finished his stock, by the way.
Yeah, he did. So he can actually start to try to catch up in eco with some fishing boats, but it's gonna take a long time to pay off, and I'm not sure that LordRaphael is gonna give Aizamk enough time for this. Can you actually check the deck of LordRaphael? He does have the caravels in deck, so he is even able to shut down that water bomb if he wants. Also, Aizamk also has some water shipments, but I mean, Aizamk doesn't have a lot of H2 shipments, and he got stuff like 600 food, or the church guard, or the 2 galleys. So what is he gonna be able to ship now? He can ship only a few crates, and then he got no colonial shipments anymore. And look at the 2 caravels. Well, they kind of shipped on the wrong side of the map,
but I guess they can come. To be honest, it looks not good for Aizamk. He's losing some houses, and he will soon be well. What are doing these caravels now?
I'm not sure. They should be already shooting at the dock probably. One house gonna go down. Gonna hurt Aizamk, who is gonna be a house now. Pretty hard to spend your wood. I mean, to get enough wood to make a dock, a water boom, and houses.
Well,
that's a stable for Aizamk, so maybe he might actually be able to kill LordRaphael's army at some point.
But we have also stable from LordRaphael now.
Is there a dock for LordRaphael? He made 1 caravel, right? Yes. So he does have 3. 3 caravels push. This is like the just in case 3 caravels, because if the other guy ships 2 galleys and you have 3 caravels, you win the fight. If he ships 2 galleys and you have only 2 caravels, you don't really win.
But do you think that the stable and also these houses are in range when he shoot down this? Do you think he can reach the houses in the stable?
Yeah, I don't know if the town center would shoot. I think this one house, which is really close to the shore, can be targeted by the caravels without being shot by the town center, I would say.
So what do you expect Aizamk to ship now in this case?
Well, I would expect the 2 galleys to try to save his water.
Dropping houses. This is what you don't want.
Yeah, and he needs to buy wood with this, I think. And, it's kind of sad to ship 700 gold and then buy wood with it. The dock is down, the fishing boats are dead. He just completely shut down the water boat from Aizamk there. He might, like you said, kill a house as well. 1 caravel is going to scout, that's very smart. Aizamk didn't drop any dock, but now a fight going. Aizamk, I think, is his last desperation move, trying to win a fight.
But it's really good for Aizamk.
I think if there's a bunch of house on the way for Aizamk, he wins. But without, I would say LordRaphael is fine to 13 minutes. Probably gonna get a badge also when he goes back to his base, so... Yeah, Aizamk might be able to do something with his army there, but he might also just not be able to do something, we will see. But yeah, these idle Cossacks you showed are painful for LordRaphael.
Yeah, on top. 13 strelets. Going to the rally point where he didn't want it to go.
10 strelets.
10 strelets, I'm sorry.
And he did get the house down there with his caravels, so...
Yes.
So, what is this blue army doing on the bottom there? He's gonna try to raid, but LordRaphael is defending his villagers, which is smart. Just playing it safe. He knows he got more eco. Aizamk was committing to a water boom, but it didn't work out, so he knows he just got more eco now. He's Russia, the other guy is Otto, he doesn't have any water boom, so...
we need 1 second. Okay, so I'm sorry. The problem is that I'm lagging a little bit. I don't know what is wrong with my net today.
Well, it's not lagging for the players, I think, but the stream is dropping guys.
Well, it looks so much better for LordRaphael.
Yeah, he's even aging.
Yeah, wow. He's so ahead in score.
And he will probably have a shipment very soon in H3.
Wow, so many huts. I don't know if it's a good decision to age and to not mass more, because he don't have so many musketeers. He has a ton of strelets here, and now he aged. This is now what he wants. That he wants to go and push now.
Yeah, but he's still not so much ahead in military. Also, his fleet is. Oh, he got a ton of hers. Wow.
Yeah, so many huts.
He might be able to actually clean up there. I mean, I don't know if there's enough musketeers to actually. Well, looks like pretty good for there. So he's even gonna snare the explorer, the army with his explorer. And soon we have a shipment ready for LordRaphael that he needs to ship. So we might see 5 Cavarchers or something to defend the hussars. It's not the best shipment, but it would do the job against hussars. Well, he might be stupid there. I mean, are these guys upgraded? They are getting upgraded.
These musketeers were there H3 now, but they're so far.
Well, I think he's gonna sign.
Oh wow, and here's a big raid.
Yeah, there's Cavarchers there.
Yes.
And he can afford to actually lose like 20 builds and still win the game because he got just so much more eco at this point. Yeah, here comes the GG.
Well played by LordRaphael, and wow, nice. We see here, well, it's still Russia, but yeah.
Yeah, just the rush didn't work for Aizamk. And what did he do? Can we ask Aizamk if he actually was buying food?
He's out already.
Oh, okay, well we should ask him in the lobby then.
So I guess we'll be right back, and I put 4 seconds overlay. Just stay tuned. So, okay, we are back and we're moving on with the last game. So, do you know who is, needs to pick now?
I don't know. Who picked last game first? I think it was LordRaphael Russia, right?
Yes.
So it should be Aizamk.
So when it's Mendocino, what can you tell us about this map? Civ is reset, right?
Well, it was reset the previous game, so they
Yeah.
can't play Auto or Russia. I mean, Aizamk can't play Auto and LordRaphael can't play Russia. Yeah, Aizamk didn't really know that the Civ was reset previous game, that's why I wanted to type this. So, because he was maybe gonna go Auto again on Mendocino because it's a 4TP map. Oh, he didn't know what Civ reset before, that's a bit sad for him. He could have maybe gone something else than Auto, like Aztecs or... Well, he could have actually gone Russia Mira if he wanted to. By the way, did he say he buy some wood or some food or not? Well, I guess we will never know then. So, let's see what Aizamk decides to pick. I think he's a bit embarrassed that he can't go Auto. But there's still a lot of civilizations you can play on Mendocino. It's a pretty standard map. You have decent food, decent gold, and the 4 TPs in the middle means that you can go Spain ATP, Ports ATP, or you can go like for the standard France or Germany. British can also work, even if it's not the favorite pick there.
So it seems like that Aizamk is going for some ports on this map.
Well, yeah, Port ATP would of course be a solution. LordRaphael maybe going Dutch. Well, Dutch is just overall a pretty strong pick against Portuguese, I would say. I think they're a very good Civ against Ports. It's at least a fair matchup, if not a bit Dutch favored. But then on a 4TP map with ATP, I'm not sure what to believe. It's maybe Port favored. We'll be right back 1 second.
So we have Ports versus Dutch.
So let's go for the game 5 of the best of 5. So like I said, I'm not quite sure who would win this matchup there, but I guess anyway with Aizamk in the game, you can't really predict a matchup because he doesn't play Jury Standard. So, well, we will just see what happens. Maybe Aizamk actually goes for an aggressive FF or an aggressive rush with Portuguese, because we know that he likes to go 10-10 or 11-10, 11-20, I mean. It's like you make only 11 vills and age up. So we will see.
So, and we have here in this corner of the map Aizamk playing Ports in the color blue, and here we have LordRaphael in the color red, and he's playing Dutch. And we have coin start.
Yeah, coin start pretty good for Dutch. Yeah. Ports is not the civ that can go early market the most easily in the world. They have one less crate on this patch because their vills are cheaper. So to make up for the cheap vills, they have one less food crate, which means that it's not so easy for them to go early market. And well, for Dutch, it's just 100 gold, 100 food. It's a perfect start. It's gonna be able to age up so fast with this. Because he gets 100 extra food to age up, and he also gets the cost of one villager that he doesn't need to mine. And LordRaphael already getting a tomahawk because he might want to just deny the trading post. This could be actually game changing if Aizamk wants to go for ATP, and LordRaphael is just using this warrior to fight Aizamk's explorer. So 90 food is pretty good for LordRaphael to age up also a bit faster. He might have a very scary age up time actually with this golden food crates I mentioned, plus the 90 food. I think it's gonna be perfect for him. And the envoy and the tomahawk split on the map, trying to corner a bit Aizamk's explorer. You can see LordRaphael is about to age at a very, very scary age up time. Oh, he's actually gonna pop one more villager. I'm not sure. Is he aging right now? Oh, but Aizamk is also aging super fast because he went 11 years out of 20, which is something he likes to do that I personally don't like, but he thinks it's pretty good. So we will see how he can use that build order to try and win the game. Wow, that's a bit late game deck for LordRaphael with advanced arsenal and a lot of upgrades. Though he doesn't really have eco upgrades. Well, he does have in H1 the 2 bank cards, which I'm not a fan of, but yeah, well, that's pretty standard deck from Aizamk. I'm not sure about the spice trade, but he mostly has the interesting cards you need as Portuguese, and he does have the colonial militia and the ATP in deck. Can we, by the way, check the shipment sent? ATP coming in for Aizamk, so he decided to go 11 age up and ATP at the same time, which is kind of surprising because I don't think you can chop a lot of wood for your TPs when you go ATP. He's also dropping a market, which is a bit weird because usually you would like to spend your wood on TPs after you send the ATP card, which makes your TPs cheaper, rather than spending it on something else. That envoy gonna start punching punching Aizamk's explorer. Maybe you're gonna bring in the tomahawk and his own explorer. Or does he have actually 2 tomahawks there? 1, 2. So yeah, that's they actually don't show in the all units because they're nuts, I guess. It's weird, but one tomahawk gonna die, but I don't think Aizamk is gonna be able to make much more TPs. LordRaphael also taking a TP himself.
Ooh. It seems like LordRaphael wants also to take this TP.
Yeah, he might just take 2 TPs instead of his bank from the 400 wood, which would be actually quite annoying for Aizamk who wanted to go heavy on ATP. But at the same time, it's also gonna slow down the LordRaphael a lot. Oh, this envoy is dead. That was nice from Aizamk that he was able to clean up this small army without losing his own explorer.
700 food coming from Aizamk first in H2.
He got a barracks up somewhere. Yeah, and some units went out of it. Some pikes to burn down the TP. Well, that's kind of standard. I mean, he dropped his TC there because he wanted to control the TPs. It was kind of obvious, so he's now going to burn them down and trying to probably ship 700 wood next to be able to make maybe more pikes and crossbows, and at the same time take down the trading post himself. I would expect, oh, 700 coin actually. Is he gonna try to age, or is it to get a batch of cav? Because he does have a stable down, but he doesn't really have any population space, so maybe he will need to buy some wood. He didn't make any house in H2, he just used his 2-ton centers and in the H1 house for his population space, but now he needs to buy wood, I think, to drop a house and get the 5 hearth patch out. Maybe you're gonna have to buy for another house actually.
And they're coming some mask from Aizamk.
Yeah. Aizamk already just bought 100 wood for this TP, yeah. Can I kill that explorer? This explorer was a bit annoying. He killed 1 pike. That's a good pick for LordRaphael. He's making hearths and raiding on the top, trying to get that build there next to the TP. Maybe he will kill them. Maybe he's actually gonna run on the other side. I think we will see them there. Yeah, there we go. 2 wheels dead for Aizamk. Oh no, there's some hearths coming. 3 against 4 though. So
But this is smart. Aizamk bring his villagers next to the TP who's shooting then at the house.
yeah, but he is losing his He's also, I mean, LordRaphael is losing his last TP on the left. Maybe 2 TPs was a bit of an overreaction. Maybe he could have taken only 1 TP, this one on the far left, just to make sure that Aizamk needs to run all the way down there with his infantry to siege it down. And meanwhile, LordRaphael would be able to age up. I'm not sure. He kind of spent 400 wood on 2 TPs and they just died after 2 or 3 minutes, which is not the greatest, I guess. And Aizamk will be able to get his stagecoach soon and to get all the 4 trading posts.
It seems like LordRaphael wants to age soon. He's stacking a lot of resources.
Yeah, he's relying on his banks right now to age up. How many banks does he have? 4. So he's gonna be able to age up pretty fast now with his 4 banks. He might also sell a bit of food or switch some villagers to food, to gold, I mean, and to age up a little bit faster. He should put some villagers on gold right now. I mean, he's gonna stack a ton of food before he can age. Yeah, he sold 200 food and he's gonna age right now. So pretty decent age up time for LordRaphael there. Also killing 1 villager, another one because he already killed 1. This house is gonna go down, but most of the infantry has been sniped by the TC, so well, there's basically no units anymore for Aizamk. There are only some in his base, but no more pressuring LordRaphael's base. LordRaphael are gonna be able to age with more eco for now. Although, is this a stagecoach? No, I think it's the regular XP thing. So now Aizamk gonna have to hold this 9 Reuters shipment, for example, which can be a bit of a problem for him to deal with. I hope he gets the stagecoach soon out. If I read this badge, not really enough to do anything, but it's a good start. Along with the 9 Ritters now, it's a decent mass of goons for LordRaphael. Aizamk only now got his stagecoach, it's 10 minutes in game, and well, he didn't really benefit from this TP so much. He did get some XP out of them, but only now he starts to get the real deal, the resources coming in from the stagecoach. And it's a bit late because now is maybe also the point where he's gonna start losing his TPs, because LordRaphael being H3 and Aizamk aging up himself, well, Aizamk is just gonna be far behind in units and he might not be able to defend his trading post. He already losing some units there to the Ritters. He can't escape from these goons. That's a problem when you're stuck in H2. If you don't have a decent mass of crossbows, you can't deal with these Ritters. He's making 5 crossbows, but let's face it, I mean 5 crossbows are never going to be able to kill these Ritters.
And Aizamk aged, he have a shipment on the way. What could he ship?
Probably 8 Castadors against these Ritters, or 5 Dragoons. His TC wagon is not gonna get sieged down, that's a good thing for him, because usually when you get pushed as Portuguese and you just age, it can be risky for you because you might lose your TC wagon. But he is gonna be able to place it down there in a very comfortable spot with some hunts and gold mines nearby. But he still needs to save his forward TC now. He might just pop Minutemen and 8 Castadors there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's 5 Dragoons. I'm not a fan of this. I think they're not meant to do the greatest job against Skirms and all the Dragoons, basically. I feel like 8 Castadors would have been much better there. I don't think Aizamk can actually clean this up. It's gonna be close. There's a lot of Ritters. Oh well, I guess it's fine for Aizamk. So now he was able to hold. He's catching up in the villager count. He is also ahead in economy, in fact, because he got those 4 TP stagecoach. He has more map control, much more map control. He's basically controlling his whole side of the map, while red is not really controlling anything right now. But LordRaphael was able to ship 1k wood, and that's very good for Dutch. I don't know if he already gathered the wood. Looks like he did. So he probably just made another stable and some houses from it. So he's gonna spam, probably gonna switch to house and spam double racks, double stable house.
Yeah, you should 5 house.
4 house, yeah. And he upgraded them, and probably just gonna spam house or routers. I guess a house which would be interesting to see. But Aizamk still has 11 dragoons at the moment, which is a small mass of dragoons able to defend a small mass of hussars. So right now we have how many hussars for LordRaphael? 6, so it's definitely not enough to do anything against dragoons. But well, this is a pretty bad trade for Aizamk. They are dropping a lot of dragoons to these routers.
And the scums are coming from the back.
Yeah, and some more hussars on the right, hussars on the left. Looks like Aizamk is gonna get trapped there. He has only like 5 dragoons left or something. Actually he got 11 dragoons, but I don't... Oh, there's more on the way, that's why. But they're gonna be here a bit late. I mean, he's dropping his dragoons in this fight. There's still 5 hussars on the left. Only 6 dragoons left to defend. Getting sniped pretty fast because LordRaphael is doing a good job at focusing them with his scums and routers. Aizamk even going away because he knows that his castles are just dead and there's no way to save them now, and he might as well just save his dragoons instead of wasting them as well. Losing one... Oh, no, not losing one villager actually. But he did get clean up there, and well, it was not the worst trade for Aizamk, but it was definitely not a good trade. LordRaphael is stacking a lot of gold though.
Aizamk should just sit back a little bit and try to mass.
Yeah, Aizamk just got more eco now and more map control, so he should definitely sit back, like you say. Wow, 7 routers, that's not the best achievements they are coming from Dutch. 7 routers is not a lot of resources, and for hussars as well isn't such a good shipment, so I guess he could have gone 8 skirms. I mean, it's just much better. But maybe he just wants to get some fast units out to be able to pressure fast. But where are the 7 routers? Are they on top with these villagers there? No? Oh wow, but he's gonna get raided hard, but he's also raiding hard. Boss player's gonna get raids in there.
But I think bombs do not so much damage to villagers.
Yeah, but these villagers are really fine, they have no cover, and it's also annoying for LordRaphael to not be able to gather any food anymore. He does have some hunts left in base, so he's probably okay, but well, still gonna lose a few vills, but the Guns are going back for some reason, maybe just to save the castles from the veteran hussars. Oh, but there's a lot of hussars for Aizamk. Unfortunately, there's still H2 hussars, but there's a lot of them. Cav combat coming in for LordRaphael. Killing a couple villagers there. Okay, so looks like we have a fight. I'm not sure who I should favor in this fight. I think it would be LordRaphael because he just has this Cav combat.
There are not so many goons from Aizamk, so I don't know how you deal with so many routers when they have Cav combat.
Well, he has a decent mass of castles, but I'm mostly afraid for Aizamk that there's a big switch. Oh, LordRaphael making harbs. I'm not a fan of this. I think pikes are better at sieging than harbs anyway. So if you just want to siege, you might as well make pikes. But maybe he wants to use them later for fighting as well. Maybe it's okay.
At the moment it looks really equal.
Yeah, it's kind of fair. Aizamk still ahead in eco with his 4 TPs, but still kind of struggling to hold LordRaphael's push. Getting pushed again and again, dropping some villagers again and again. Now losing a trading post, or maybe not, actually. Cascade is gonna coming in time. Aizamk already splitting them to do as much damage as possible. Oh wow. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a mind game. LordRaphael is thinking that there's probably some goons in the back. He did lose his TP and he's now gonna lose a couple Cassadors down there. Oh, Mamluks are in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mamelukes from Aizamk.
Yeah, now that's Azamk's window to do something. I don't know why LordRaphael is even trying to drop that TP there. Oh, maybe it's actually gonna work. But I think there's so many calves there. They have a very good spot on top of the skirmishers, and LordRaphael's Ritter are kind of AFK, not focusing the calf, and he needs to maybe bring his villagers in and try to punch down these cavalry units and to hit and run a bit better. I mean, his Ritters are really not focusing the calf, and well, he's maybe gonna be quite kind of okay, but I'm afraid for him. Well, somehow, maybe just the calf combat did the job, you know. I feel like Aizamk should have crushed that fight. Oh, it's also because he got 5 idle hearts. Okay, now I understand better. I was looking at the graph and I was thinking Aizamk should win this fight, but then if he has 5 idle hearts out, of course, it's not helping him at all. And the calf combat does make a difference. The Ritters are on steroids, basically. So yeah, LordRaphael was able to take a TP, but he's getting raided now. Okay, gonna defend the raid a bit with a couple hussars.
And here's some idle huss from Aizamk.
Yeah. Aizamk is a player who plays without control groups and just split always his units, and that's why you can see sometimes he has a bit of sloppy unit control. He can't. It's just very hard for him to handle all the units without control groups, and you can see that's why here his units are getting a bit caught by the harbs, and on top his hussars are idle. It can happen because, well, when you don't use control groups, it's just very hard to. Oh wow, this is a very good fight for LordRaphael. That's just a ton of units coming in. I don't see Aizamk being able to hold this. I mean, he's just jamming everything in. There's not much anti-cap left for Aizamk. I mean, the goons and the hussars are dropping. There's only Cassadors left against a mass of calf combat hussars for LordRaphael. 3 hussars coming in for Aizamk, but they just getting sniped by the Ritters, and now I think he's just losing all his army. This looks very bad for Aizamk. I don't think he's gonna be able to defend his middle town center anymore. He's also kind of running out of resources. I mean, he's okay for now, but if LordRaphael starts to push a bit, then Aizamk will have to go back and he will be out of map, you know?
Seems like he saw this village just here, maybe. Line of sight. Oh, he's dropping a barracks here.
Oh. Well, Rita's not a scary unit there. Maybe gonna kill 1 or 2 villagers, but. Oh. Minutemen pop from Aizamk to raid. Oh, he's not controlling his dragoons there. They're gonna get caught by the hussars. That's unfortunate. Dragons are not countering hussars if you don't hit and run with them. Even some scars coming on top for LordRaphael to finish sniping these goons.
And Aizamk is switching to mid. Oh wow.
Yeah, he's actually gonna claim that gold mine just like that. Like, look, I have more units, I just mine your gold. Oh, that's a ton of hers now. But, oh wow, he's actually getting caught pretty bad there. 7 skirms coming in. I feel like LordRaphael should have the infantry combat card in at this point. Oh, he got a couple halbs and the Ritters coming in the middle. I don't know who's actually gonna win this. Was looking good for LordRaphael, but now that more anti-cav is coming in, as well as the Stradians, I would favor LordRaphael there. Even some skirms who had a little bit of DPS.
Yeah, he has the Stradians from his church.
Yeah. Shift the church card, and he can now get some more banks if he wants to, and he can also Yeah, against these traders.
Tough combat work, and you have an arsenal somewhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah, at this point in the game you can expect an arsenal. Does Aizamk have one? Can we just check the all units? All units? Yeah. No arsenal for Aizamk, which is a bit disappointing. But by the way, Aizamk only now ships the Portuguese calf combat. It's a kind of better version of the calf combat because it gives 20% HP and attack to your dragoons instead of the standard 15%. But he only ships it now. It's a bit late, but it's better than not, right? Crossbow right there. Not sure why. Aizamk isn't even really out of gold, I think. He's still got one gold mine there on the right and another next to his TC on the left. So I don't think he's really out of gold. I'm not sure why he's starting to mix crossbows right now. Maybe just because he's chopping so much wood. He doesn't have so much wood, so he's chopping wood. So he thinks, yeah, let's just use this wood and make crossbows. But it's definitely not gonna be very useful against the skirms. I'm also pretty sure that the skirmishers are very soon gonna be carded by the infantry combat card from LordRaphael.
It looks not good for Aizamk.
No, it doesn't. He's really ahead in economy, but he just can't stabilize. He's always getting pushed, always losing stuff, getting out of resources, stacking a ton of food because he just has nothing else to gather. He should probably switch to meals at this point. When you get so much food, what do you want to do with it anyway? Or is he planning, maybe he's planning on shipping the church card. Can you check Aizamk's deck? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just came in. Okay, so he just wants to go besteros basically, and these guys are not that bad. Like they're H4 crossbows basically, like guard crossbows, and you get for 2k 4 wood or something. You get 20 and something crossbows. I'm not sure how many.
Now we see the stats now of the crossbows, and we will see another stats from the crossbows when they're coming in.
Yeah, they will just get 50% more attack and HP. There we go, it's cute. So we will see how many crossbows he gets. I think it's 22?
22 or 24, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm really curious about the
27
stats
maybe.
now.
27, no? Oh, 22, okay, yeah, it was 22. So you got 22 H4 crossbows popping. But I don't think they will beat the H3 skirmishers with the upgrade. Yeah, infantry combat coming in.
They have slightly more attack, but positioning is just not good.
They just have less range and less multiplier, I don't know. Well, the multiplier doesn't matter because there's not really heavy infantry there. But, well, actually having a higher multiplier would help against halbs. So you see how this crossbows got cleaned up by halberdiers and cav basically. The good thing is that those crossbows are dirty cheap, and at this point in the game you can just mass them because you anyway have only wood. He doesn't have much gold anymore, and he's at gold mine on the right.
Yeah, we can see here he's adding another barracks here on this side.
But is he gonna be able to really mass enough crossbows in time to defend? I mean, he's so far behind in mass, and LordRaphael is dangerously close to Aizamk's space. Not quite sure if the crossbows are gonna pop in time to defend.
And also, I mean, 10 crossbows, to be honest, what they want to do.
Yeah, he needs to pop a lot more of them. He should go like triple racks or something, but it's... I'm pretty sure he's never gonna be able to catch up at this point. It's very hard. His mid is idle as well. He got 17 idle views now. Starting to lose maybe a TP down up there. On top of the other one he already lost. LordRaphael just idling villagers and sieging the TC halfway down. Probably just gonna make... At this point he could just make like 10 halberdiers and finish that TC down. The one in the middle. Yeah, there we go. We have like 4 halberdiers, maybe not enough. Going to try and siege that TC down. The crossbows are doing a very good damage against the Ritters. A lot of Ritters dying there, but the skirmishers are still stronger, I think, and there's a lot of hussars. The vanilla crossbows are much stronger against Cav, but on the 80 even with church guards they still don't really kill Cav. Like, they do a decent job, but not great. But he's kind of holding. I mean, the military gap is closing a little bit.
Yeah, these crossbows are really insane attack.
Oh, infantry attack now. These guns are even better. This gun running in. Couple villagers dying. The TP was on top was claimed by LordRaphael. His halberdiers are still sieging stuff. Barracks probably gonna go down before Aizamk can do anything, because these halves with the 2 attack cards have so much siege. And they're gonna get racked down in no time. And now you can see the economic population is close, and LordRaphael also got 2 TPs, just like Aizamk. So Aizamk is actually not anymore much ahead in eco. He's a little bit ahead also because the banks are not upgraded, but not that much ahead. And he's still behind in military upgrades also.
And when you lose this TC, there are 8 villages inside.
Yeah, now he's definitely not going to be any more ahead, and he will probably also lose some TPs. And LordRaphael will rebuild them himself, and he can set them on wood and transition to mills using these TPs, for example. Because I think they pretty much need to go on mills soon. There's like 2 hunts left on the map, and they're in the middle at a spot where no one wants to take these hunts because there's so much fights going on. It's just so risky to hunt down there. Yeah, so H just died.
Yeah, he just decided to let his TC going down to go back and stay in his base and make some more crossbows and huss.
Oh, a wall going up there. Not a treaty wall. Are you sad?
A bit.
But already 4 mills up for Aizamk and 3 for LordRaphael. So now they really switched to mills, and oh wow, this stagecoach probably gave line of sight to LordRaphael, and he could see the villagers on this gold mine. Maybe the skirms can keep the crossbows busy for a little bit, and the hussars might just clean up these villagers there. Aizamk is not trying to move his villagers away. Yeah, I think these guys are just gonna die. Can we check a bit the units? Like, can you click on the... No, I mean click on the units. Yeah, he got a cav HP in the arsenal. Probably got some more upgrades, like for his Ritters, for example. I think Aizamk still does not have an arsenal. But you know what I would like to see?
He make an artillery foundation and make some
yeah, that could be really nice for him. But LordRaphael is running more cav on the bottom there.
Oh god.
It's a very close game, to be honest. But you know what I would love to see? I would love to see LordRaphael getting the native posts, because they have really sweet upgrades for the hand infantry. You can get like 50% more siege on your halberdiers in one of the native posts.
I need also to say it's tricky native posts, so you get like 1k5 wood now, it's 30 minutes, and here you get
1k5 coin, I think. Yeah, I would definitely take these TPs. I mean, I don't know if I would, but they should definitely take these TPs, because, well, it's just so cheap, and you get 1k5 wood, 1k5 gold, you get some upgrades in. There's even one upgrade, I think, for gathering on mills, right? And it looks like there was more hussars for Aizamk there.
Look at this raid.
Oh wow.
To be honest, it's a really good trade in my opinion.
Yeah.
When he lost this.
It
was like 10 villagers or something.
He killed a lot of villagers for only 1 organ gun. It was definitely worth it. What a close game.
So, and now we have
Eco Theory. Also, LordRaphael now shipped all 3 skirmisher upgrades. So his skirmishers are H4 basically now. So it's H4 skirmishers against H4 crossbows. I would still say that the skirmishers win, but there's just much more crossbows for LordRaphael. for Aizamk.
Yeah, and he keeps teaching. He should bring out his army. Like, he has a lot of idle army.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, 3 falconets now. He didn't make coverings because anyway falconets beat organ guns, so he doesn't really need to make coverings. He just needs to make falconets and kill the organ guns with them. And then he can also use the falconets, of course, to shoot at the bestiaros.
Oh, more organ guns from Aizamk. Does he have any shipment now? 9 Musk.
2 organ guns probably.
Yeah.
He can also, yeah, I don't know. I think it's only 2 organ guns.
oh.
Oh wow! Well, this crossbows tank a bit more now that they're H4, you know. They have 150 HP, which is the same as the musketeer. It's not like crossbows anymore. Yeah. How is he gonna deal with the sparks now? That's what I wonder.
Bring it.
He really needs to control his stuff, yeah. Oh. Organ actually didn't die. Oh, this harp did die. He died, definitely. 3 fags focusing him down, just in case.
The problem for Aizamk is now that he's so
yeah, and it's just hard for him to deal with falconers.
He should try to rescue his villagers out of his distance. So maybe he get a comeback.
Is he maybe training coach? Yeah, there we go. That's what he needs for this fight. With only 1 kill. 2 kills are nice. With 2 kills we can 1-shoot a 5. 1 kill takes some time to actually clean up the falconers. Yeah, and he locks the fire. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. But is it gonna be enough? I mean, there's so many melee units there. Is he really gonna be able to? Yeah, I think LordRaphael does a good decision by keeping sieging the TC down. Just he should finish it because the TC is blocking his halberdiers. He might as well just siege it down and then his halberdiers can actually walk, you know, instead of being blocked. But now he's not gonna finish the TC. Reminds me when he was playing against me and he left 2 TCs with super low HP and he's doing the same mistake here, I think. Whoa, there's one has dancing. Just finish the TC. Next thing you know, Aizamk is gonna ship colonial militia and pop 15 minutes. Yeah, I think it's over anyway. 80 population to nothing. Also, he got 3 TPs now. So he's actually really ahead in eco now. Oh wow. Yeah, he was losing all the time villagers this game and he was just spamming them back with his
3 TCs.
Yeah, that's actually funny. I mean, if he didn't lose so many villagers, he would have 100 since a long time ago and he would win probably. But he just lost so many of them because LordRaphael was pressuring always and never stopping, which was a very good job from LordRaphael. It looks like he's gonna win again a series with like 3-2 or something. LordRaphael usually doesn't win like 3-0 or 3-1 or something. He usually always has a lot of suspense in his series and he loses games and start and then he comes back. So yeah, I think it's safe to assume that this game is going to go to LordRaphael now. He's even 100 score ahead. Aizamk has just so many useless buildings now. He can't pop stuff from here, like artillery would just get killed. The plantation is idled, so it's 800 wood that is not used. Well, the houses are still houses, but I think he's gonna try to camp with organ guns and anti-cav, but I don't think he got enough mass to do anything at this point. Even this mass of skirmishers would just kill the organ guns now. Can you click on the skirm? He's also getting advanced arsenal upgrades for his skirms, including the counter-infantry rifling upgrade. Look how fast the mosquitoes are dropping now. GG, yeah, very good game. That's a good last game. 36 minutes. Damn, that was a long game.
So yeah, this series go to LordRaphael 3-2.
Yeah, that was a very nice series. There was one fight there was super one-sided, and it's basically where Aizamk lost. But he was mostly taking bad fights all game. You can see he was always behind in military and always losing more military. And I think that's the story of this game. He was just ahead in eco, but always losing his units. If you check the resources, I'm pretty sure Aizamk was ahead. Oh wow, not so much actually, but a bit ahead, yeah.
Yeah, well, GG and congratulations to LordRaphael.
Indeed.
Well, I think this was for today. And thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, so guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon.
Bye.